Hey guys, it's Dr. Rage. It's a little funny little thing going on there. I made that video for Twitter earlier. A couple of you asked me how to do the fractals. So firstly, you need TradingView. Then you're gonna open the app, and we're gonna go and type in GS2C instead of GME. Okay, I have this one set up because I liked it a bit more, and it's a cleaner on my charts. So let's get right into it and show you how I did this. So what I first did was I had to go all the way back to the sneeze, okay, in January 2021, and I wanted to identify like what caused it. Like, was there something that Keith noticed or anyone noticed, the longs, whoever, that caused this to begin with? Like, so you got to start zooming in. You got to roll up the chart real high and look for patterns. And so I'm looking here and like, was there something in here? And I'm like, no, what we just saw recently. Now it's all about what you just saw, and then you build from there. So at one point, if you follow just the hash marks here and down here, we saw like a higher high, like a super high in May. It came back down, did a little dribble, and then it just shot up recently. So what's after that? So you have to find that kind of pattern. But I don't see something that's like really high at first. Like there's something high here, but this one goes higher. And this one's close, but we didn't have a lot of dribble in there. So where is it? It's right in here, guys. This tiny little guy. And so we also have to remember we had a bottom. And so at this point right here, July 20th, is where I'm going to be starting the fractal pattern. And I think I ended it somewhere up here, maybe in October. So here's how you do it, guys. We're going to touch the little pencil down here. We're going to scroll down, slide over to bars pattern. Oop, it moved it on me. It does that to you. So we'll choose July 20th as close as we can. And we're just going to slide to the right. We'll end it on October 5th for fun. And there's that pattern. Now the fun part, which takes a while in this video, I am not going to take the time and edit this. So we'll do like that little cooking show, movie magic. We'll slide forward. And then what I had to do, like once I got the fractal to this point, you have to reshape it, okay? It's just how it goes. Because fractals, how do I put it? It's a nature relevant thing that does happen. Fibonacci is a kind of a fractal, like the seashell. It wraps within itself. So it might be smaller of a time scale coming from 2020, but now the price has changed. It's amplified. So think of like the outer part of the seashell as it gets bigger, or the tinier part of the seashell is, the smaller relevancy or correlation to blah, 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 blah. So other than that, I was able to, shape the chart, shape the previous fractal and line it up. And this is the result I got. Now I do like this one more, just because I feel it follows it a little bit better. Now the GME ticker one, you'll have a little different result. I'll show you what I got there. It's very crazy looking. I just feel like the less data there was, now this is from the same dates and everything, it just it looks different. But you got to go with what you think. I mean, here's where we ended at today. And a lot of people thought, I posted on Twitter, and a few people in the comments were like, oh, how come you didn't see it go up today? And you guys do have to remember these fractals. Like, look at this bar. Did we have a huge price movement that day? Like, look at it. Did I have this locked? I can't even move it. No, it is locked. So, like, there was no big price movement there on that day. So you can't just see a fractal or a line like this and subjugate it to think, oh, it's going to moon in one day. No, these are 4-hour candles. Each one of these is 4 hours. Okay, 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours. So one of these, there's a big space in there. So remember, if you're amplifying time on fractal, like the smaller seashell, it would be a smaller time frame, right? But now that we're on the outside of the seashell, everything's amplified and it could take more time in between. So, people were excited yesterday or, earlier today for Friday. Kitty had, has an extra 4 million shares. They think, that the whole T+1 theory was floating around, that some market maker is going to be in a Wolverine, big, deep trouble, that they wouldn't be able to deliver the shares on time. And did anything happen? No. So the outlook is still positive. The way I looked at it yesterday, or for today on Twitter, we still had like this bottom zone on these 3 green candles, like the fractal candles. This one was a little higher. And I could say like these were low. This one was a little higher. So when does the higher one come? And it's not going to be perfectly relative, but the shape of it from here, it follows the pattern. So like we might not go super high, but is hitting the bottom of the candle certainly possible, and still following the shape accordingly? Yeah, that's totally possible. It doesn't mean it has to go up here, so use your best judgment. I would never fully YOLO, personally, my own money just because of green lines on a chart. There's never a guarantee. It is not a magic looking glass. It's not Kitty's 8-ball. It's actually worse. It's probably the 8-ball you picked up from the Salvation Army or something. It's just not gonna. Just remember, your money is your money. Make your own financial choices and talk to a financial advisor if you're seriously considering investing. This is all for fun. I'm buying and holding. I have my own personal, positions, and I'm gonna go with it from there. I like July more as a safe side, but other than that, you do what you want. But I hope you enjoyed this video on how to possibly set up fractals. I think it's very fun, and it could be rewarding if they play out correctly, and you make your own proper assessments on those judgments. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Put the phone down or go back to watch another YouTube reel. Thanks. Good night.